No explanation needed there. That might have been offensive. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head into the drone newsroom and find out everything you'd ever want to know about drones in the news. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Sales.
Hello.
And who's your plus one there? Who is that?
This is my son Joseph, and today is his birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Joseph.
Wow, thank you.
And by the way, just during the news, all of the super chats that are donated, Joseph will get a certain percentage.
Awesome.
Could be 100%, could be 1%. It'll be 1%. We don't know.
It's better than no percent.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so tonight's drone news is brought to you by GPC Custom Drone Cases, providing you with the highest quality professional cases.
Hold on, so Joseph. You're blocking the sign. Move to your left. There you go. All right.
Your investment is always protected when it's not in the air. Custom case is also available by request. GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue, online at goprofessionalcases.com.
And we love that they are a sponsor. I have a case here. This is one that I'm going to be giving away. Let me go ahead and make the picture bigger so you can see. GPC case. Oh, my carpal tunnel. Oof. Oof. These cases really are fantastic. This is for a Phantom 4 series. And you can see it's got place for the Phantom and all the batteries. And it even has, I don't know if you can see it here, a special place, a little poofy thing down in there for your camera to sit on. They thought of everything. And you can't tell, but it smells fantastic. It's one of the better smelling cases that I've ever smelled. And I'll be giving this away on my channel in the coming months. Probably in time for Christmas. Yes. Now back to you in the newsroom. Ooh! Ooh! Anubis Arts! Hey!
Get it started.
Happy birthday! $5 super chat. Happy birthday, buddy. Thank you, Anubis Arts. TJ Grady, appreciate it. Oh, here they come. Here they come. They come rolling in. Okay, all right, let's see. If they're all birthday, let me go ahead and play this. Let's see, what else we got? We got Robert Green with a $2 super chat. I need to take you up in a real plane, smiley face. The Yeti Drone channel gave a super sticker. Little dude flying with a cape, $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. And Mark H, another $10 super sticker with the flying dude. Love that flying dude. The gray bearded drone pilot, £5 super chat. And Mars FPV drones with a Z. I guess that's $2. Is that Australian? With
Australian
an A?
dollars, yeah.
Hey, all right. World Domination I Spike. Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody, for that. Because, you know, I just to let you know, you may have noticed no ads on this video. I don't monetize this video. And there's several reasons for that. Not the least of which is the fact that whenever some kind of copyright thing happens, YouTube sends me a lovely email, and I just don't like seeing those. It's not worth it to me. And there's so many people that send videos in that have their own music or, you know, whatever. I'll change the music out if I really need to, like if it's an Eagles song or something. But other than that, it's not monetized for your viewing pleasure. And now back to Jeff and Joe.
All right, so to get the news off to a roaring start,
Whoa,
we have
whoa,
out of Matthews, North Carolina.
Whoa. One more super chat. Hey, Robert Green with a $5 super chat. The $2 was for Ken. This one's for the birthday boy. By the way, just a quick question. Have you done a DNA test, Jeff? Because kid doesn't look anything like you. Is his real father in the picture?
Very funny.
It's time for 23 and me? Well, I don't know where you spit in a thing and then they tell you that you're not part of the family anymore. That's fun.
All right, let's get to the
Yeah, please.
All right, Matthew, North Carolina. Shocking home security video shows a flash of light and sparks that ultimately led to house fire in Matthews.
Oh, this is bad.
Everything inside this home is completely charred and melted from that fire on Friday. As you can see, belongings strewn across the front yard here, a boot, a charred chair, even this picture frame here. Mark Thompson tells me it all started when a battery he uses to power his drone exploded inside his home.
It's just unbelievable. That's my life savings is in my house.
Mark Thompson calls it a complete loss.
This is the drone.
And it's the battery which powers the drone, Thompson says, is to blame for the fire.
That lithium battery exploded.
Home security footage doesn't show the actual explosion, but it does show a flash of light, a spark, and the ensuing fire.
The battery was sitting on this chair right here.
Thompson estimates he's charged the battery 50 times without ever having a problem.
In fact, I've never had one even feel warm to touch.
He says he never leaves the lithium batteries charging while he's not home, but this time he forgot. He left to go to his girlfriend's house just 20 minutes before his house caught fire.
Had I stayed, instead of going with her to the house on Friday, I probably wouldn't be here. I would be very cautious leaving any battery that's lithium on charge. If you're unattended or if you're asleep in the house, I would not do it.
Absolutely, yes. And he won't forget again, will he?
No.
And I have to say, there's a thing called a LiPo bag. There's a link in the description if you want to get one of these. I keep all my FPV drone batteries in there because they're not intelligent batteries like on some DJI products that will power themselves down if you leave them for too long. FPV batteries and some low-end drone batteries don't have the smart technology, and they'll just sit there fully charged and stew and go bad, and you just don't know. So, but it's very, very, very bad news if the batteries fail.
All right.
Does it say what type of drone it was, Jeff?
It didn't say in the article what type of drone it was, but I've looked at the video pretty carefully. It was definitely a Mavic-style drone.
It was it was the Melty 5000 drone. Have you flown one of those? Yeah. By the way, very quickly, hold on a second. Williams Aerial Media, $10 super chat. Thanks for no ads. You're welcome. And Joe Blaylock with a $20 super chat. My goodness. I think I just got the chills. He says, us
chills.
Joes need to stick together.
Yes.
Yeah. Joes unite. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Hey,
next,
can we just poll the audience? How many people charge their batteries in LiPo-safe bags? Just curious. I mean, I know you can use them when you're not doing anything, but what about while you're charging? How many people do that?
Yeah, I bet not everyone does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should start doing that.
All right. So next in the news, we have a Piedmont food cart pod recently was burglarized by a gentleman who was using a drone to scope out.
A thief broke in overnight, cutting a hole through this gate.
So he knew exactly where he was going.
You can see him right here, walking to the car.
So he went around the back, helped himself into the cart.
10 minutes later, he walks away with tablets in hand. So how did the thief break in? Food cart owners tell us the man scouted out the place, taking a bird's eye view, making sure no one was around, and then made his move.
Impressed by the ingenuity, I guess, of doing that, but also really alarmed that, clearly this isn't somebody who is just roaming around like a homeless person looking for something. This is someone who had planned it out.
Security footage captured the drone flying to different carts hovering near locks, including Ron San Pedro's truck just 2 doors down.
Then in the past 6 months, we've been hit here 3 times. For someone to come in and not just for us, but the entire pod, break into someone else's car, it's like, you're violating a family member to us. So it's, incredibly frustrating.
The drone flying thief this time getting away with some change and business checks.
What kind of drone was that? Could you tell?
No, couldn't tell.
Some kind of toy drone. Redbeard the pilot, thank you so much. He says, thanks for no ads. I keep my FPV LiPos in bat-safe boxes for long-term storage. Flight Test has a great video on them. And Grumpy, Mr. Grumpy, our future next president, $5 super chat just so you will interrupt the news. Now,
Very
far
funny.
be it from me to interrupt the flow of the news because, Jeff, he gets going and nothing can stop him.
All right, so next in the news, the
Hey,
Aussie
Jeff!
couple that was arrested in Iran.
Jeff. How far along in that story would you have been if I didn't just interrupt you?
Yes.
You understand now?
Yes, I understand.
That's the reason why I'm bald.
Okay. All the gray hairs.
All right, so an Aussie couple that was arrested in Iran has been released after illegally flying their drone. Australia, the government there has been working very hard to bring the couple back home safely, and apparently the efforts have worked. They've been able to get them back out of Iran.
Dummy
And
number
hopefully these
one
people will-
and dummy number two. Dumb. Don't fly in Iran. You would think that you wouldn't need anybody to tell you that.
No, don't fly in Iran next to a military base, which was where they. So,
yeah.
But glad to hear that at least they're back safely.
Yes.
All right. So next in the news, we have the Boeing is getting back into the action again with their cargo air vehicle. It recently made a successful forward flight test in an outdoor environment. This thing is a monster.
Whoa. Whoa. Wow.
And notice how the blades are all tilted to. It's an amazing design. It even has dampeners on the legs when it lands.
You know, here's a fun fact for you. You may not even have noticed, but your Phantom 4 has tilted motors.
Yes, it does.
It's ever so slight, but and there's a reason for that. I think it's turbulence from the next propeller to have the science, you know.
Well, looking forward to seeing more stuff from Boeing as they get that, I guess, more testing.
Mm-hmm.
So to go to something from carrying things to more artistic, a gentleman is using drones, LED drones, to illuminate landscapes as he films.
This is really cool.
I think the best thing about photography is the opportunity to travel and to see places. I see it as a way that I can show these places to other people.
He had really good hair. Did you notice that? Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff right there. So this is a guy named Wu, and he does a lot of light painting. And he uses drones to do it. You can check out his work online there. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the stuff that's on his page is really pretty fantastic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you want to take the next one?
Yes.
Oh, is this your son? Hold on, I got to give him an intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, coming in to do the next news story is Joe Sills. He just turned 18. That means that he can go to big people jail. He can vote. And he needs to get the hell out of the house and get a damn job.
Yeah!
Come on in. All right.
So, our next drone news, is a crazy robot with, crazy drone with legs named Leonardo by Caltech.
This is crazy. This is dumb. Did they take a robot and put propellers on it, or was it the other way around?
No, this is a robot that uses the upward force of the blades to maintain its balance as it walks on two legs.
Is there a practical purpose for this?
I have no idea.
It can walk.
It can walk. But part of the magic of being a drone is that you don't need to walk.
Well, this is a drone that can walk.
Yeah. Okay.
The practical purpose is YouTube videos where we get to laugh at it.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's okay. Again,
do you notice it's got string from above holding it as well as still having the props?
Well, yeah, you don't want it to fall over and break a prop. I don't know. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, right?
Yeah, I agree.
But good job, Joe, on that. Very good job. So Joe, I got to ask you something.
Yes.
Jeff, take off your hat. Joe, take off your hat. Here's a present for you. Baldness is recessive on your mother's side. So if your grandfather on your mother's side has hair, you're good to go. You're welcome. Hey, Chris Hope, thank you. $10 super sticker. I haven't seen that one yet. The dude jumping up and saying yippee. All right.
Stickers, I like stickers. Yes, I do.
All right. Now back to the news.
All right. So in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they have a center for the Balloon Fiesta Park. This is where they launched the huge balloon festivals. You know, the people actually ride in.
Right, the hot air balloons. Yeah.
This particular area now has been listed as a prohibited zone for flying drones because they've had a lot of issues with people flying drones around these balloons as they're launching them. So the TFR is up in place in its entirety in Fiesta and will be up as long as they are having the balloon festival.
It's so tempting to bring your drone out there, but don't do it unless you have permission.
The video is undeniably amazing, and this guy...
No, I have the distinction of being the first and only so far, yes.
...is the only person who was able to get it. He was the first and only drone pilot allowed at Fiesta last year.
Drones allow us just a closer proximity with higher quality optics.
In other words, it's really cool video, but he and his company had to jump through a lot of hoops to get it, and this year they're doing it again.
It's a big deal for us to be here. It's a big deal for us to be invited back to Fiesta.
Before you start charging up your drone, know that you'll have to stay clear of Balloon Fiesta Park.
It's actually illegal to fly any aircraft, including drones, within any TFR. And there's a TFR up in place for the entirety of Fiesta.
Like a federal offense illegal.
Last year, some folks either didn't realize or chose to break the rules and found out the hard way that they got a knock on their door from several three-letter agencies.
So leave it to the experts. Really, we mean it.
It's not possible to put up a drone and be undetected at the Fiesta.
So tempting, though, right?
So tempting.
If you live near there, you see, oh, it's Balloon Day, and little Timmy goes out with his whatever, and then Timmy gets in trouble, or his parents would. Very quickly, thank you to DumbTube. I haven't seen DumbTube in here before, but he gave a 79. What do you call what's now? I know a pound. What's the what's a pence? Pence. 79 pence. Thank you for that. I guess Google removed the taxes. And AZ USA, Arizona USA, aka Pickles. Hey Ken, happy Thursday. Sneak in the trash men. I don't know what he's talking about there. Today was trash day. So, I didn't take my trash out. Maybe that's what he's talking about. He's reminding me about the trash. Now back to you in the drone newsroom.
All right. So, the guy that created OcuSync, the virtual goggles or whatever, has decided that he wanted to get into the anti-drone business. So he's come up with something called Anduril, which is a drone specifically designed to take off, find another drone, and then smash into it.
Why?
It's counter-drone technology.
Why?
This is, again, one of these companies that wants to make something to prevent us from flying in places that we shouldn't.
Why?
Because he felt like it.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Joe.
Because he made Oculus. The guy's got too much money.
I don't know what they're blurring out on the top of there. You see, it's kind of blurred.
Yeah.
They're blurring out the technology or whatever. But okay, so the idea is it physically bumps into. Whose phone was that?
that was someone from India calling to scam me.
Oh, okay. So these drones physically bump into and destroy the. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. I mean, don't worry about jamming the signal when you could just jam right into the thing physically.
Yeah.
Look how it's tracking it. Wow. And it does this autonomously? It's not a pilot flying?
Fully autonomous.
Do you know how to turn your phone off there, Greg?
It was on silent. My computer's doing it.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, funny. It never happens during your stream. Only mine. Yeah.
Of course.
Look, he got all red. He's all red.
Well, I mean, this opens quite a Pandora's box for generating these interceptors that, the intended use obviously is for it to smash into another drone, but it could be used for other things as well. And that's the concern, I guess, that many people have, is that, the military aspects of something like this that can track a target like this and collide with it. It's one of those things that's not really cool.
Good grief, man. What's going on at the Greg Casa?
I'm just muting it. Hang on, I'll be back.
Okay. TJ Grady, Anubis Arts, another $5 super chat. Thank you. For Joseph. I can't read that. Jeff, it's too small. Can you read that for me?
No.
What does it say there? I can't. My glasses. I got a new prescription, and maybe Joe, can you read?
Don't.
The green one. The green one. What does it say?
The green one by Anubis Arts.
Yeah.
TJ Grady.
Yeah.
For Joseph to experience bird.
Joseph was dancing. He was dancing. You like that? You like that song? Do you, Joe?
Yes.
It's a good song.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. What's up? What's the next story?
So next in the news, we have Jedi mind tricks used to control your drone swarm.
Okay. And?
This particular video comes from researchers at Skolovo Institute of Technology who have come up with a way of being able to control a swarm of drones, multiple drones, with just hand gestures.
Huh.
And so, obviously, the use is to be able to manipulate drones through different ways, and control massive amounts of them to perform tasks that could be as simple as lifting an object or carrying something from one place to another, etc.
So, what is the practical purpose of this?
Well, if you have a heavy lift drone and you're using it in an environment where you're going to be moving heavy items from one place to another, something that you would normally do with, say, a crane or a ditch digger or something like that, if they develop the technology to be able to do that, where you can just walk out, use a hand gesture to raise the drone up, grab the target, move it over to wherever you need to move it. I mean, there's a lot of different practical applications to this in the agricultural world, in the construction world.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe I don't have that kind of vision.
Well, but not everybody is adept with remote controls. So
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, Robert Green, my goodness, thank you. $2 super chat. He says someone is being erased from the will. Yeah, Joe. Don't mock your father. And Dumb Tube again with a 2-pounder. 2-pound super chat. Do you think DJI will release a drone? Yes, about every 7 minutes. No, if you're asking, maybe he's asking about this. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, DJI has posted or confirmed that they have added to the FCC database a filing for a drone called the Mavic Mini.
Yeah! Yeah! So, I can tell you,
and as you know,
I
in the
can't.
past,
Yeah.
we've done these FCC filings, and it turns out to be like a camera or a gimbal or something. So I always try to recommend people be a little cautious.
I know Jeff can't confirm or deny, but I, Ken Heron, can confirm because I have friends on the inside. And they told me specifically not to tell anyone that the Mavic Mini is definitely coming out. So don't you tell anyone, okay? Keep it between you and I. Don't tell anyone, but it's definitely coming out. Woohoo! So, my question in the chat is, would you buy one? I mean, we got the Spark. We got the Mavic Air. It would have to be freaking fantastic. And
it would have to have a level of technology that is better than the other two. I mean, it's a very tough act to follow the Skydio 2 right now. A very tough act.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this one does have a whole bunch of sensors aboard. Maybe this is their answer to it. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, there's
if I was DJI, I'd have some of that new tech up my sleeve and ready to go and be holding it, waiting for whatever comes next. They've done it before.
Yeah.
They do have a history of it, yes.
Philip Kuhnert? Is that how you say it? Kuhnert?
Close enough for me.
As in, I ate too much pasta and I had to Kuhnert. I can't make fun of anybody that did a super chat. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Hey, Ken, greetings from Pelham, Alabama, enjoying the show. Please don't say my last name. Well,
Jesus. This is the reason why we need to read these things beforehand.
I need to read it beforehand. By the way, I used to live near Pelham. I used to hang out in Pelham. That was my old stomping ground. Upper Darby, Pelham. No, wait a minute. I think I'm Pennsylvania. Pelham, Alabama, which is near Center Point. I used to live in Center Point. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Philip.
Next in the news, we'll go on with the drone mini fleet is designed to plant 400,000 trees a day.
Wow,
that's cool. I think it's fantastically exciting because tree planting one by one by humans is very important and it's so labor intensive. So if we can do tree planting at massive scale like this by drones, because if this program here is successful, it will be replicated basically anywhere. Climate change is a huge challenge for Myanmar. It may be one of the most vulnerable countries in the world when it comes to climate change, which is surprising because the landmass is so big and it's so varied from a natural point of view. But the dry zone can be drier, which will have huge implications for the agriculture. There are huge forests which may also be affected by climate change, and Myanmar has a very, very long coast. Mangroves are so central for Myanmar, for the protective wall it will make along the coast against cyclones and extreme weather, for creating good opportunities for fish to grow. And of course it's also a beautiful landscape which many tourists want to come and see. So here's a fantastic win-win-win. You protect the land, you increase the fishes, and you get more income at the same time.
That's a very, very cool thing that drones are doing, but I have to, just a quick aside.
Yeah.
His accent, I love that accent. I don't know where it's from, but if you're doing an interview with someone and then there's someone else, the editing guy, who has to decide whether or not to put subtitles. You're speaking, right? You're speaking English, but there's English subtitles. And then when dude sees it, he's like, I thought I was speaking English. And then he's like, well, not good enough, apparently. That's got to be an insult, right? You're speaking English, but there's English subtitles. That's got to be pretty insulting. Anyway.
Speak my English good.
Right. It's not good enough. But, I mean, could you have understood him without the subtitles? I could.
Yeah, I could.
He was doing great.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Greg talks, I think
came back from America. She was talking to some people over there, and my parents were around, and they needed subtitles to understand Americans. So there you go.
Sometimes when you're talking, I need subtitles there, Greg. And we're gonna have a little game that we're gonna play with you and iSpike coming up. We're gonna call it Spike. Oh, no. It's a fun Australian game. Yeah. All right. What's next? Oh, Mark H. $10 super chat. Thank you. Ken, like your interchange drone footage video. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just took a picture took video from high up from interstate interchange. Changes your perspective on things. Something you might drive over and through every day and see it from a different angle.
It was pretty cool from a different angle. I enjoyed that video.
Thanks. And by the way, everybody, there's probably 100 comments saying Spaghetti Junction in the UK is bigger. Okay. I didn't have time to go to the UK, so I just used that one.
All right. So next in the news, there's a company by the name of Verge Aero that specializes in high-performance drone light shows. Yeah. And they've recently been invited to get involved in doing a music video for an Australian dance music trio called Panau. The video features the American singer Ali Gabriel, but what's fascinating in this video is that he has these little markers all over his body to identify to the drones the movement that they should do. So as he's singing the song and he starts moving around, the drones are then programmed to follow his movement, and essentially during the performance he has control over the drone.
Oh, that's neat. Now, I've muted the music because it's horrible, but the visuals are fantastic. Greg, have you heard of this band?
No, I haven't heard of them. What was the name of the band again?
The trio is called Panau, P-N-A-U, and the project for this particular song was done with a singer by the name of Ali Gabriel.
Huh.
Haven't heard of them.
Well, that is interesting.
I definitely recommend going and looking up the video. It's definitely interesting to watch. Like I said, the visuals of him moving around with the drones, I really look forward to seeing this in future videos, future artistic endeavors, because it was just beautiful. All right, so next in the news, I'm going to claim fake news story.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to claim fake news story right off the bat.
Well, of course,
so
yes.
Go ahead and do with it, because Scania, they do trucks, delivery, and they're like the semi-trucks of Europe. They decided to make a video about drones.
Yeah. And the drones are apparently cluster drones lifting this truck up in the air and flying it. First of all, you can't fly over traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that this is just a fantasy. Could never happen. Never would happen.
And there's no purpose for it at all. So I mean,
well, it's a cool visual. I mean, it's a cool visual. This is for people that know nothing about drones or physics.
Yes.
Those people are like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it'd be possible to run that truck, but yeah, no way that could ever happen. But it's a cool thing to see.
Even if it was fake, I would never ride in that.
No.
Too scared of heights.
Greg,
all right,
Greg,
so
thoughts?
Greg,
thoughts on that, Greg?
It's a shielded operation. It could be legal because the truck is actually protecting what's below from the drones.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, okay, but you can't carry around your own roof. I see how you're trying to get around the rules.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it didn't work.
What's next?
All right, so the last story we have for this evening in Las Vegas, the Lights FC helicopter does a cash drop every year, and they're under fire with the FAA.
Yes.
FAA is investigating the Las Vegas Lights' popular helicopter cash drop. The investigation into Skyline helicopters is over altitude safety and reckless operation concerns. The $10,000 cash drop has really become a highlight at Lights home games. Club owner Brett Lashbrook released a statement saying the team remains fully confident that all safety protocols required by the FAA were undertaken by Skyline helicopters, and the team stands in full support of the company.
Wow. They were pretty low over the people there.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to fly our drones over crowds, right? And our drones are, just this big. They're hovering a helicopter with $10,000 in it over a crowd, throwing money wildly out the door. And we're at fault for flying over crowds.
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
No.
I mean, maybe they should just use a drone to drop the... hold on. I'm getting a message through my fake earpiece. Yes. Okay, apparently our on-the-scene reporter is out with another helicopter drop. Let's go to him live.
And I think I hear something now. The crowd is moving out into the parking area. And, oh yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter. And it's coming this way.
A helicopter?
It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner. And it says, Happy Thanksgiving. From W-K-R-P. What a sight, ladies and gentlemen. What a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! This is terrible. The cars running around pushing each other? Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, classic, probably the best episode of WKRP ever. And if you're...
I missed it. Why did they drop out?
Turkeys.
Are you kidding? Did they not show that show in Australia? Then you, my friend, have missed out.
Mr. Carlson thought turkeys could fly.
Here's the line, Jeff. What's the line?
I thought they could fly.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Oh, my goodness. WKRP in Cincinnati. If you're of a certain age, you know that clip very well. So
I highly recommend the whole show, but that episode was by far one of the best.
iAdventures, thank you. Ken, I need some eyes for my Skydio. Ooh, I'd love to see some eyeballs on the Skydio. I have a whole drawer full of eyeballs here. I've got more eyeballs coming in. Our buddy Jim Wallace is making some more for me. I got chocolate and vanilla, large and small. These are guaranteed to keep the birds away from your drone. It doesn't work too well on turkeys because, they're always flying around up there with your drone. But if you want some, you can go ahead and PayPal me, Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com. $10, and I will send them to you. Okay? And Jimmy J, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And hold on, I think we missed a big one. Oh my gosh, Whiz Bang 99. Wow, wowie, and wow. $50 super chat. Happy birthday for gas. Give $2 to Jeff for a haircut. Jeff, how do you cut your hair? Do you use a Flowbee? What do you use there, bud?
Flowbee.
Snip. We use the scissors.
Do you know what a Flowbee is, Jeff?
Yes, I know what a Flowbee is, and no, I don't use a Flowbee.
Okay. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you've ever used a Flowbee successfully. What a dumb thing. If for those who don't know, a Flowbee is a set of clippers with a vacuum hose on the back, and it would suck your hair up and you cut it. Anyway, another American product. American ingenuity there, Greg. All right, we're running a little bit late. Thank you so much, Jeff. Is there anything else you have to say before we head out? Ooh.
Yes, there is something I have to say before
what
we head out.
What do you have to say? Yeah, you're blocking the sign.
Sponsored by Go Professional Cases GPC. Designed for life. Be original, be blue. Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
Yes, sir. And you can put them back, yeah. Now, before we let you go, while we have everybody here, I did want to address something. You may remember the video we did just a couple videos back about how I came to the realization that quite possibly YouTube was violating the FAA in furtherance of a business rules. And I revealed this to you live in a video, and you thought about it, and you're like, oh my goodness, are they? So I actually heard back from the FAA on this, and I have pinned that comment, so if you want to go back and read it, but I'll tell you what the FAA said about this, and a lot of people are curious about it. So this is from Kevin Morris from the Aviation Safety Section at the FAA Central Aviation and Commercial Division. He says, for clarity, it comes down to intent, which is subjective. I digress. He says, if someone flying a drone for recreational purposes and sharing their videos online for others to enjoy, they would be considered a recreational pilot. Even if YouTube places advertising on the video which monetizes it, YouTube would also not be in violation of FAA regulations because they would not be considered an operator, meaning they did not cause, hire, ask, persuade, etc. the channel owner to fly their drone. It seems like a little bit of a gray area to me, does it not?
Yeah, but it makes sense.
It does make sense, and it protects YouTube, which is good. We don't want YouTube to get in trouble, do we? Yes.
So the next time you get a speeding ticket, I didn't mean to do it.
Yes. It's all about intent. He goes on. Now, if that same recreational flyer taking the same video and posting it to the same channel does so because they want to make money from YouTube advertising, and thus their intent for flying is to make money from their YouTube channel, it would no longer be considered recreational, and they would need to cooperate under Part 107. Similarly, if YouTube contacted the recreational flyer and asked them to post more videos because they are generating ad revenue, both the recreational flyer and YouTube could be in violation of FAA regulations. So I hope that clears it up. Remember, in order to be protected, all you have to do is say, I didn't mean to make money.
Wasn't my intent.
I didn't intend to monetize it. Anyway, I think you know what I'm saying. So recreational pilots, don't worry, you're good. And Jeff, thank you for the news. We're running very, very late. I apologize to Spike. We're going to call you here in a moment. But before we let you go, here is Greg to sing a happy birthday to Joe.
Yay.
No.
I love putting people on the spot. All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Fun.
Well, he's fantastic, isn't he? Boy, that news ran a long time. Thanks, everyone.